Hello beautiful people, in today's video I'm going to be doing another video using the Natasha Denona mini and midi palette. Is this considered a midi? I don't think so. I think this is considered one of her full size. I'm not sure. I think this is a full size. Anyways, in this video I used this palette, the gold, and then the mini gold to create this look here. I also pulled in a few shades from another palette, but that's just what I do. Anyways, if you guys want to see how I got this look, then let's get started. Okay guys, so I'm gonna start filming this tutorial while I'm 2 steps in because I wasn't gonna film, but then I realized I kind of wanted to film this look. I'm trying to film more of my neutral looks and not just all of the colorful ones because that's more what I'm into lately. But yeah, so this look here, I started off by applying this mint shade here from the Zendo palette, the Breath or Breathe shade. And then I went in with this little green color from the Natasha Denona Mini Gold. I put that on the outer part here and blended it into the crease area. So that's that. You're all caught up. Okay, now I'm going to take from the Natasha Denona Gold palette, I'm going to take this shade here called Brass. And I am going to apply a glitter glue because my primer has dried down. Alright, glitter glue is on. I'm going to take the shade Brass on my finger. Like, that's a gorgeous color. I wasn't sure if I wanted to go with the mustard shade in the palette or if I wanted to like lean towards like, because this brass shade is like a goldy green and I kind of really want to pull out the green in it. But yeah, this is a nice option too in the palette if you want to go towards blue, but I wanted to do green as I just said. Alright, so just taking that with my finger, I'm going to have to get a brush and go in with that to just blend out the edges. Can you guys see? I'm just tapping lightly into the color Brass. I don't want to grab too much because this shade tends to, it's textured, like it's not as smooth metallic. So if I take too much of it, it's going to enhance the crepiness on my lids. So just be mindful of that if you have, like not mature lids, but like if you're not like, if you don't have like 20-something-year-old perfectly taut lids. Okay, so now I'm going to take that other brush, fluffy brush, and go into the green shade again. And I'm just going to intensify that just a bit on the outer corner here. I brought the brass shade overlapping it just slightly. Alright, then I'm going to go in with a slightly dense brush and I'm going to take the shade Breath again. And I'm just going to pull that more, so actually this brush or the other brush? Let's try this brush here. Alright, so I'm taking a different brush here, the 217 Synthetic from MAC, and I'm just going to take that with Breath on it and just blend it onto the inner corners here. And yeah. Going back in with the other brush with nothing on it. I'm just going to, actually I'm going to add, do I add a little bit more green? No, I don't want to blow it out too much, just a bit, so there we go. Alright, now for the inner corner, I'm going to take the shade, I'm going to take the Highlight Hustler Baby from Fenty, and I'm taking that on a duo fiber brush, and I'm just going to bring some gold onto the inner corner just to blend things together. And then just blending that together with the green. Taking my finger with a little bit more brass on it, I'm just tapping it in, and I'm just going to take that and just tap out the edges of it just so we can give brass like that gradient sparkle dispersing on the lid, if you can see that there. Okay, I'm going to apply eyeliner and finish up the other eye and then come back and show you guys the lower lash line. Alright, before I move on, I'm actually going to add a little bit of this greeny gold here from the palette just to the outer. I'm just actually going to tap it on with my finger and I'm just going to put it on the outer edge here because I thought that the outer edge could use just a little bit of depth, but I didn't want to add like the matte green there. I just was experimenting. So yeah, I just tapped that there. And as I was applying the brass to my lid on this eye, I realized that brass is really similar to the gold shade in the palette. This one is just a little bit more gold, and brass leans just a little bit more green. It's also, brass is a little bit more thicker of a formula, whereas the gold from the mini gold palette is a little thinner. So this is, man, it's so hard to tell. I just swatched them. Okay, this is the gold from the mini, and this is the gold from the gold palette. I mean, they're so similar. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, it looks like the gold from the mini has more green to it. So the top is the gold from the mini, and the bottom is the brass color. Like, they're just so similar. Crazy, man. Anyways, just thought I'd share that. For foundation, I'm going to use my Dior Backstage. I'm mixing 2W and 1W. Okay, for powder, I'm going to use a little bit of the Fenty, oh, sorry, I'm blinding you, Fenty powder in the shade Butter. I just put that in my little dish here and just apply it to my forehead and chin and nose. I'm also going to use a little bit of the Dior Backstage, and I'm going to apply that on my nose. I don't put this on my forehead because I find it just emphasizes my pores. So I just stick to my nose and chin. This does give a really pretty blurred effect, but on my forehead for some reason it just doesn't work. For bronzer, I'm going to use the Maybelline City Bronzer in the shade 200. Just going to apply that on my forehead. My tan is fading fast, so I've had to lighten up my bronzer. I used to use the Balm Bahama, the Balm Bahama Mama? Is that what it's called? Not that it really matters. Bahama Mama by the Balm, yeah. But it's too dark now, I think, so yeah, I've switched to my lighter bronzer. For contour, I'm going to use this little RMS quad here, and I'm going to take this shade here. Now that the weather is getting cooler, I have switched to using more cream products again, just so that my skin doesn't feel too dry. Just blending this upward. I don't want to blend it down because I want to try and keep like a chiseled effect going on my face. I just scratched myself. Interesting. So yeah, just repeat it on this side here. This side is always harder to blend, I find. You can even see, since switching my filming to this side of my eye, I'm having a hard time doing the whole face because this freaking mirror, I haven't yet figured out how to film like some people do when you can't see the mirror at all. I don't know how people do it. Alright, what's next? Highlight. I'm just going to go in with an oldie but a goodie. I'm just going to take the MAC Hyper Real, and I'm going to take the first two shades here. I've been loving putting on the Charlotte Tilbury. This thing here, what is this thing? Why am I drawing a blank? Hollywood Flawless Filter. Oh my gosh, that was difficult. Anyways, I put that on my cheekbones, and when I'm blending my foundation, I don't blend it like all the way up into it, just a little bit just to blend it. But I find when I do that, it helps the highlight like kind of like pop more and give more of like a smooth glass-like finish, I guess what you can say. To help blur my pores, I'm taking the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Pressed Powder. And I'm just taking that on this MAC 188, I think. So right in between my forehead where I have pores, and then right here. I've been doing this lately and I've been really enjoying it. Okay, so for blush I'm going to take a combination of two things here. I'm going to take this, it's just like a bronzy plum, and then I'm going to put that on. Just going to take that kind of like higher up so I can give myself like a little bit of a facelift. I used to apply blush lower, but I'm finding applying it more so it goes into my cheekbone just gives me more of a lifted look, which, you know, as you get older, you find you need to find new placement for makeup. Okay, and then after that, I'm going to go in with the Hourglass. This is an older one. Sorry, I don't want to blind you. I'm going to take the plum here, plummy color, and I'm just going to blend that in. This might make it too blushy, actually. Yeah, I overdid it. Look at me go. Okay, sponge. Trying to tone this down. I might need to go in with some pressed powder, actually. I did this yesterday, too. Was it yesterday or the day before? I don't remember. But I went too heavy on the blush, and I had to go over with pressed powder. Okay, you know what, let's just leave it for now and see what it looks like after everything's all completed. Sometimes it looks like it's too much blush, and then you get everything all on and blended, and it actually turns out to be quite okay. However, it just looks like it's a little bit patchy down here for some reason. I haven't done a full face of makeup on camera before, so I'm a little bit rusty if you can't tell. Okay, I'm just going to jump off camera, do brows, figure out what I'm going to do for the lower lash line, and then I'll come back and finish that with you. Alright, so I have an idea in my head as to what I want to do for the lower lash line. We'll see if it turns out or not. But I'm going to take this Laura Mercier Caviar Stick in the shade Intense Moonlight. It's more of a taupe color. I'm just switching it up today just to see what this does to the undertone of the greens I'm going to play with. So I'm just taking that, and obviously I'm just putting this on just to help make the shadows stick to the lower lash line. And then I'm going to take the shade Breath, and I'm going to run this over top of that from the inner corner to the outer corner. And I don't know why I said that this was going to be a neutral look, because, I mean, it started off with color, green. So yeah, I don't know what I was thinking, so I apologize for saying that. And then I'm going to take the green from the mini gold, and I'm just going to take this on the outer edge here. And then I'm going to try and, because I wanted to bring some like gold sparkle into the lower lash line, so I'm going to try and take the shade Sparks from the gold palette there. We'll see how this works. I'm going to take this on a little brush. This is more of a topper, so okay, this is working. Just going to apply that on top of the green, and it's cream to powder, so it's going to help with the stickability of the eyeshadow. Alright, and that's that there. And I'm going to take, I think I'm just going to go in with my usual gold for the inner corner. If you were looking to spice up this look, you could take like a mint green in the inner corner, but I'm going to keep it more toned down. I almost said the word that I dislike, wearable. Yeah, okay, so that's that. I'm going to take some mint in the lower lash line, my Annabelle pencil here, and let me just wipe off. And then for the mint, I'm not gonna take the cream to powder formula on top because it is a cream on top of a cream, so it's not gonna really stay that well. What I am gonna take is this green from the Huda Beauty palette, the middle one there. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and finish the other eye and apply mascara and come back and show you the final look with the lip. Alright, mascara is on. I've zoomed zoomed you out just a titch, I'm going to use the my Natasha Denona lipstick in Natasha. And this is like straight up like taupe on me, as you can see. It's like the same color as my lips. So, after I put that on, I'm just going to add a little bit of liner. This is the Annabelle Buff. This lipstick by itself brings out a lot of my red tones in my face, so it's not the most flattering color on me. But on top of it, I'm going to add MAC's Influentially It, the Powder Kiss lipstick. I'm almost done. I do have a backup of this though, so I'm not afraid to use it up. Okay, so this is what Influentially It looks like on top. Hopefully I was in frame. Ugh, I'm horrible at doing these. Full face. I'm rusty. Okay, so that is the finished look. I will zoom you in so you can get a close-up. Let me just move my mirror here. So that is that eye there, and this eye here. I really like the way this turned out. And then the full face for you. Excuse my blue shirt. I didn't feel like putting anything green on. I just kind of threw on what I wanted to this morning. Anyways, that is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I always feel so... I always forget what I'm going to say when I wrap these videos up. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and you guys will see me in my next video. Bye!